Okay, I spent a little time looking over the $2 trillion stimulus package that our illustrious elected officials have deemed fit to save our nation. And what they're basically doing is, for small businesses, they're telling us if we continue paying our payroll for the next 2 months, they will pay us the wages back. Well, if I continue paying my payroll for the next 2 months, but I have no income from that payroll, I use up my cash reserves, and in 2 months from now, maybe I'll get a check from the government to pay me back. But that doesn't pay my mortgage payments, doesn't pay my leases, doesn't pay my truck payments. So with no money, no profit, my idea here is my profit is from my employees working. I pay them wages and they bring me income. Paying them wages with no income is absolutely futile. It's like they're paying these guys not to work, and then the very lifeblood of this country, which is small businesses, get nothing. And I think I'm probably going to make it. I've got probably 6 months worth of reserves. I will use up all my reserves in 6 months, but I'll make it. There are a lot of small businesses that are not going to make it, and then their employees won't have jobs. So our wonderful government is going to be paying unemployment benefits for those guys, not for 8 weeks, not for 10 weeks, probably for the next 6 to 9 months, because those jobs are going to disappear. It looks to me like the government did everything it could to try and get money to voters. The key word is voters. Chicken in every pot, make the voters happy. Well, the voters aren't going to be very happy when their jobs disappear. I don't see what their idea was in doing this, other than the big corporations are going to be just fine. They'll get millions of dollars. They're going to be right. They'll be first in line with their hands out. The companies that probably don't need bailouts already have lawyers working on how they can get more. The small businesses, the small restaurants, the little tiny your bead shops and your little tiny mom and pop operations, they're just not going to have a chance. A lot of this stuff they're saying is your money that you're going to get is going to be how'd they put it? The money is going to be a small interest loan. Well, if you're already in debt, what good's another loan going to do you? It just puts you further in debt. Loaning money to a business is like saying, let's borrow our way out of debt. That's not going to work. It never has worked. Many businesses have tried borrowing their way out of debt and end up owing everybody and still shutting down. The small businesses like restaurants are in deep trouble. They're a low profit margin business anyway. You go talk to anybody that's ever owned a restaurant, they'll tell you the profit margin is nil. You have to work your butt off to make it pay, and we're going to see probably at least probably half the restaurants in this peninsula are going to fold because of this. All startup businesses had to borrow money to get started up in the last 3 or 4 years. They're going to be in trouble, and yet here they want you to pay your paycheck, or they want you to pay your payroll, and they'll give you the money back. What good does it do to pay out your cash that you have reserved to employees that aren't working and not making any income? Especially if your business is shut down, you're not making income. What is the sense of that? That's your elected officials at their very best. That's the best they could come up with, was let's just give away money, and then we'll charge the guys interest on the other end of it that can pay it back. And it's a bad idea. Bad idea at the very best. I stick with my first plan, which they just need to tell everyone: no rent, no lease, no mortgage, no payments, no penalties, no payments for 30, 60, 90 days. Let's try it for 30 days. Shut them off. Just say no. There are some companies, I know of some landlords that part of their rent is the utilities. Like in Long Beach, you got city water and sewer. Well, the renter should probably pay the minimal fee so they can at least keep the sewer treatment plants and the city government running. They have to have money to run to pay their payroll. Again, there's got to be a formula out there to figure out what the base needs are going to be. I don't think the banks need the interest payments and their payments to get by for 30 or 60 or 90 days. I think they could probably survive this with help from the government. Right now, the only help we're getting from the government is they're fighting with each other, and and we're getting nothing. And I feel bad about that. I did ask the gal at the restaurant, I asked the gal at the grocery store the other day. I said, you're right here in the front line here. How bad is it? Are people struggling to buy food? And she goes, oh, George, it'd break your heart. It'd break your heart. She goes, there are people coming in here and they're spending their last money on food, and they don't know what they're going to do. And that's the people that we're forgetting about. They were the ones that were just barely treading water before this happened, and now they're not even treading water. It's sad. And all we get from Washington, D.C. is more of the same. Bad leadership, bad ideas, bad for the country. And hopefully next election we'll remember who the problem people were and get rid of every one of them. I don't know what else to say. If they can't come up with a common sense idea that's going to help us, then they should be gone sooner than later. Thanks for watching.